Hey guys, so in this video I am going to define a 0 to 1 path in full stack web development. You can follow the path even if you are a very beginner, you haven't started anything in web development so far, and you can become an expert and get internships and job. As you all know, websites are everywhere, every company has a website, so jobs for web developer is evergreen. It is the most preferred profile while hiring for freshers. Okay, so in this video I'm going to explain what is front end, what is back end, and why full stack is preferred over front end and back end. Then I'm going to talk about 4 stages that you can follow in our roadmap for succeeding. First is beginner. I'll define some projects you can do with links. Second, advanced level, I will define some projects and you can begin. Then we'll talk about how you can make money using web development skills. Okay, if students ask which is the most profession which will help us earn money as quick as possible, so web development is one field in which you can make money as quickly as possible. In the end, I'm going to talk about 20 plus projects that you can make. I'll also provide the link to the tutorial that you can watch and follow. So please watch this video till the end. Let's first talk about what is front end and what is back end. As you can see in any website, this is the page of our DSA series. You can check out. We help you solve 300 plus questions in lead code in C++, Java and Python. So skipping it, this is the page. All the things that you are able to see are the front end, the image, the text, the button or anything else. So this is what we call front end. But beyond this, there is a lot of functioning that is happening on the server, the processing, the database and etc. that comes in the backend. So website is made up of 2 major parts, front end and back end. The part which is visible to user is front end, and the part which is not visible to the user is backend. All the server related process happens in backend, and all user centric process happen in front end, as I explained to you in this DSA series of Tathastu. Okay, for example, you are filling an inquiry form. Let's say you are filling an inquiry form. You will fill all the details in front end and you will submit the form, and the details will be submitted in the backend. So let's look at some differences briefly. Part of website which is visible, backend is which processes all requests but it isn't visible. Front end includes images, text, links, menus, display item maps, etc. Backend includes database, file storage, server management, etc. Languages in front end are HTML, CSS and JavaScript. In backend you have Java, PHP, Python, JavaScript, Ruby, Perl, etc. Profiles which are available in front end are HTML developer, UI designer or simply front-end developer. Profiles which are available in backend are SDE, like generic software development engineer profile, and you can be assigned work in the backend domain. Backend developer or simply Java developer or PHP developer can also be the title of your job. Selection process is lenient in front end. It's relatively easy to design the front end, so pay is also less, and the recruitment criteria is also lenient. But selection criteria is very rigorous in backend. The pay is very high. If you ask me, of all the roles which are offered to engineer, backend has the highest pay. Okay, so many interview rounds happen, and you have to know a good lesson for DSA, knowledge of DSA and CP even for some companies. As you can see, there is front end and back end, so you have to learn different languages for front end and back end. So what solution has come is like full stack development. Full stack covers both, that is front end and back end. It can be developed by same developer or different developers, but the point is you can develop the front end as well as back end in the same tech stack. You don't have to rely on different things. For example, like front end you are working on HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and back end you are working on either Java or Python. Okay, so in full stack you work on only one language. Different tech stacks are available to provide all functionalities like LAMP, which is PHP based, Django framework, which is Python based, and Mean and Mern. So Mean and Mern are the JavaScript based frameworks are in trend, as only one language is needed. Same developer owns the whole product. So that is the role I'm going to recommend you, because there's a lot of internships and job in this domain. It reduces cost and saves time for companies. That's why they are preferring it. They don't have to hire multiple developers, assign multiple teams for same product. Now they can just make it with one developer or one team. Okay, it's quite obvious why it is helpful for the companies. So what are we going to discuss? The roadmap. First, stage 1, you are going to study the fundamentals, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. In advance, we are going to study about Mean and Mern. Stage 3, I'll tell you how you become professional, like how you can own the product end to end, from designing to coding and to delivering and hosting and maintenance task as well. Stage 4, how you can make money, freelance job or internships or any proper job. 20 plus project ideas with tutorial link. I have divided into stages and we are going to discuss that in the end. So in stage 1, you have to study basics of HTML. What is HTML? HTML is hypertext markup language. It helps you to create the structure for the web page. Okay, so all the building blocks of a web page are created in HTML. So it's very simple. You have to study. You can either study from W3 school or you can follow some YouTube channel. Code with Harry is the most preferred channel for HTML. Okay, so you can study HTML there. We'll talk more about it. Next is cascading style sheet. You have created the blocks that you need to design it, add colors, add good look to it. So we do that with the help of CSS, and Bootstrap is a framework based on CSS. So Bootstrap, what is it? Is nothing but a framework based on CSS, like some classes, predefined classes which are become standard by default. You can use them and it become a standard at many project. So you have to learn HTML, CSS and Bootstrap. What is the best way to learn? You can go to Code with Harry and check one of their web development playlists. So they have defined it, he has defined it very easily, their web development Hindi tutorial. If you want to study in English, you will find some other person. Okay, so you can study all this, do the assignments, do the project simple that he have told you to do. Very easy to understand. You can see 7 million plus views, so it's also very popular. Once you study all this theory, including the responsive design part as well, you will see some videos for responsive design here. Okay, so study those as well. Once you do that, make at least 2 to 3 fully responsive websites. What kind of website you can make, we'll discuss in the project ideas session. So make sure you do 2 to 3 fully responsive websites, then only move to the next point. Okay, so learn HTML, CSS, Bootstrap from where? From Code with Harry, 100 plus videos. Then make 2 to 3 fully responsive websites. You will get the ideas in the project ideas session in the further part of this video. Next, you have to understand JavaScript in depth. JavaScript is another language which is used in development of a web page. So far HTML, CSS, Bootstrap are only for the static part, that is the part that doesn't move, doesn't interact. Now we have to add some dynamic functionalities. So for that we are going to use Java. So you have to study in depth. You can also study JavaScript here only. So he has added JavaScript here, some 30-40 videos, or you can just go and check it separate playlist as well. Okay, so it's their JavaScript tutorial, around 60 plus videos are there. You can watch 30-40 and much of it will be covered. So once you study it in depth, implement dynamic features in the above project. The 3 websites that you have made, you can just add functionalities there, or you can also do the assignments or projects that is created by Code with Harry in this Postman clone or another kind of websites you can make for practice. Okay, next you have to learn jQuery. jQuery is nothing but a framework, like Bootstrap is a framework for CSS. You have to do for JavaScript library or framework to simplify HTML DOM tree traversal. So it just takes commonly used methods that you used in JavaScript and create a simpler way to access them. So it's very simple. You can study there. You can also study it from here only. I think he must have made videos for it as well. You can just search the video of jQuery. It will be only 3-4 videos. It's not that much to study. jQuery tutorials for beginners. So it's a long video, 1 hour you can watch it. So that's all you need to know. The next topic you have to study is first, then make 2 to 3 advanced websites, like just add dynamic functionality. So in these websites only, like how to create a form, a header, a drop down, all this kind of thing you can just create with JavaScript. Next step is to load and render data. The most important part, you have to fetch data from an API and display in a website using JavaScript. So for that you will need Ajax. So one thing that you can have noticed, like if you are loading this page, the value is uploading while reloading the page. What if I want to load a value without reloading the page? So that's where we use Ajax. It loads data from the backend without reloading the page. It's a simple definition. It's a simple library that you have to understand, and you can just watch it 48-minute tutorial by Code with Harry, that will be sufficient. Okay, you can also learn from some other location if you are not happy with that. Ajax tutorial, so you can watch any video which is available here. Okay, so you can just integrate Ajax in your websites. Okay, make sure you make at least 5 to 6 websites in this stage before going to the next stage. In this stage, I have covered every topic that you need to know in order to become a successful front-end developer. The only thing left for you to practice, make at least 3 to 5 website, basic, medium and advanced level, responsive, full functional with all the functionality with Bootstrap. The only thing left for you to do backend next. Now the choice is up to you whether you want to do backend in some other language or in JavaScript. You can either do in Python using Django framework, in Java using Spring framework, in PHP using Laravel framework. But the most preferred today is JavaScript based framework which are used in backend as well. We are going to talk about them in the next stage. So in stage 2, we are going to learn some advanced concept of full stack web development. We have to start by Node.js. Node.js is a framework which is used to develop the backend for website using JavaScript. So it's a very famous and it's accepted across all stacks. Okay, it's an open source cross-platform backend JavaScript runtime environment that runs on Chrome V8 engine. Okay, so you have to study it. You can study it from wherever you want. I will give you some channels that you can study from. Okay, I have checked them. I have checked their places whether they cover all the topics or not. Okay, so you can study from 1 second, let me check. You can check from Telesco and the Net Ninja. These are the 2 channels that you can follow. Okay, there. So you can watch those videos.
Everybody to the greatest Node.js tutorials that have ever been made.
Prefer that. Okay, so I will recommend you the Net Ninja. Here it is. So you can go and see the playlist. So it covers the topic in detail. It also has around 4 million views, so it's very popular. Okay, so 40 videos, around 37 videos, start from first to the last. When you watched it, understand the theory, then go on implementation. Next, you have to learn a database. There are 2 kinds of database which are mostly in use. SQL, which is a table based database. There are lots of table in this. That's either MySQL, PostgreSQL or different kind of SQL based databases. Okay, MongoDB is a document database. Every data object is stored in the form of JSON objects in different files in MongoDB. There are no tables in it. So for Node.js, the most preferred is MongoDB, but some companies also use MySQL. So I will recommend you to gain some knowledge about SQL as well, so that it helps you in your interviews as well, because you might be working in some company which is using MongoDB and another company might be using MySQL. So you can just watch the tutorials for MongoDB as well. I'll tell you the YouTube channel below. Learn how different databases work and do CRUD operations. CRUD operations like how to create an object, how to retrieve it from database, how to update its value and how to delete it. So this will be the fundamental thing that you need to learn. You will find this tutorial very easily. MongoDB CRUD operations. Okay, so you will check some videos that you can follow. Okay, make simple website using Node, MongoDB and at least 2 beginner level websites that you can make, which will take data. For this you need nothing else. You can just take Node.js, create a database in MongoDB, display the data in MongoDB using Node.js. You can still use the front-end skills that you have learned above. You don't need any other framework here. So you can just take Node.js and MongoDB, make some simple website, at least 2 beginner level websites, just to understand that you are able to work on the Node.js environment. It's quite complicated. If you are starting it for the first time, the routes and the views, everything is a bit complicated, so that you get used to it before adding more complexity, because front end is already you have covered. So you can use that, use the backend of Node.js and the database of MongoDB and make a website before we go to React or Angular, because once you add React and Angular to the mix, it will become even more complicated. So first get used to Node.js and then move to React or Angular. Now you have a choice to learn between React and Angular. Let me tell you, Angular is a framework. It's a complete framework end to end. It has all the functionalities within it. Okay, while React is just simply a library. So what's the difference between framework and a library? In a framework, you will get everything in line in the package of the framework as well. But in React, you have to rely on lots of third party libraries. For example, if you want to upgrade your code, so in Angular the CLI, command line interpreter, command line, it's already provided in it, but React you have to use some third party and integrate it with your project in order to use it. Okay, so you can learn any of them. Okay, most popular is React, our recommendation is React, but you can also learn Angular. How to learn? Same, you can watch some videos on YouTube. I'll tell you the name in the resources section and you can learn from it. Now the next step for you is to make some advanced projects using above tech. 3 at least. You have made some 2 basics for for Node and 3 advanced, so 5 projects total. In this stage we will discuss the projects in the projects ideas section. Okay, in this stage we have discussed 2 stacks, mean stack and MERN stack. MERN is most preferred, lots of jobs here are in there, and many companies prefer React over Angular, so that's a recommendation. But you can still learn mean if you want to learn, but make sure you make at least 5 projects, complex project, before going on to the next stage, because if you don't make projects, only watch videos, it will be of no help. Okay, in stage 3 we are going to tell you how you can become a professional and work as a full stack developer. There are a lot of things apart from development that you need to know, like server management, hosting your website, that you need to study. In stage 3 you are going to study, learn how to manage server related operation. In MERN stack or mean stack we prefer to Express.js, that is E stands for Express.js. It is most preferred. You will still find this tutorial here. Just type Express.js tutorials. I'll tell you the name of the YouTube channel that you can follow. Okay, you can also learn from Thapa Technical. There are 80 plus videos, so Node is covered and Express is also covered. You can also study from Ganguly Tech. So this is the most suggested, recommended that you can follow. Just start watching the video from first to the last. So help you create a web page using simple Express.js. Okay, so once you learn how to do it, apply the Express.js in the projects created by you in the previous stage, that is stage 2. You can apply Express.js to all those 5 projects and run it in your local host. Okay, gain knowledge. You can also learn Express.js in this part also. In stage 2 you can learn along with this MERN concept, and you can just run it there also. You don't have to wait for stage 3, so it's not an issue. You can learn in stage 2 as well. Okay, gain knowledge about how to deploy your website on a hosting. Like if you want people to access your website, so it has to be hosted on some website, that's like GoDaddy, AWS or Heroku or any other platform. The most preferred is AWS. You can also watch AWS tutorial. It's very simple. You have to learn EC2 instance, you have to learn how to put data in S3 bucket, how to set up your database on the AWS servers. Okay, apart from that, a full stack developer has to integrate a lot of APIs like SMS API, that is the OTP API, then sending some email. So you have to integrate some MailChimp like APIs to send those emails. You have to do lots of cron job APIs. So you can practice by integrating different APIs into your website. Next is to keep making more complex projects. At least make 4 to 5 complex projects. We are going to talk about the projects ideas in the project ideas section in the next part on the upcoming part of the video. So these 4 things you have to make sure you have to do in stage 3. You can also learn Express along with MERN as well. It's just that I mentioned in stage 3, but you can learn it in stage 2 only along with the MERN. Okay, so that your whole stack gets completed in stage 2 only. So in stage 4 we'll discuss about different ways how you can make money. Okay, so for making money you have to professionally demonstrate projects made by you. There are many platforms on which you can do. The best demo is live website. If your website is live on some URL like tuwits.com, linkedin.com, then it will be most suited. So you have to host your website either Heroku or AWS. You have already learned how to host a website here. So host your website, share the links on your resume or wherever you apply. Okay, you may also host on GitHub with properly written readme, nicely added screenshot and code description. A lot of companies prefer to see the open source portfolio, so you can add your projects on GitHub as well. Okay, apart from that, if you are looking for freelance profile, freelance job, so there are lots of platforms where you can host your portfolio. Behance and Dribble. On this platform you don't have to add the complete website, you have to just add the snaps related to your project. For example, this profile you can see. So in this guy has created the Rolex website redesign, a travel app design, a furniture worm design, and a web player design. So he hasn't added the whole website, he has just added few glimpses so that you can get an idea what quality of design this guy is capable to do. So then you can just sign up and contact it, okay, or you can just share this profile in your resume or wherever you are applying, like behance.net/Ayush Sony, you can just share, okay, wherever you are applying. So you can also make on Dribble, but Behance is the most popular. Add active professional profiles. Once you do all these steps, next is to look for opportunities. You can look for freelance work at Reference is a website. You can just go to sign up as a freelance developer, add links to your projects and Behance profile. Similar platform, Upwork, Fiverr, Tapchief. So you will find a lot of work there, but companies looking for experienced candidates, so you have to have at least 4 to 5 websites of professional level to show them that you know work and you can deliver. So it will take time for you to get freelance work, but you will definitely get some work. You have to start from some small amount, 2000, 5000, 10,000. Don't think you will just get 30, 40,000 in your first project. Lot of people are looking for college students, because I have myself worked, I have myself recruited people, and I have myself helped companies hire students, because they prefer students because they charge really low as compared to professional companies, okay. And students are also open to changes. Like if I want to make some changes, student will very easily make it, but if I am getting it done from some professional, it will take a lot of convincing from my side, okay. So you can also apply for internships, the regular places, Internshala and LinkedIn. You can just share all your profiles that you have created, and it will be much easier for you to get that job. So in this, I have defined you at least 3 to 4 steps that you can follow in order to make money by a full stack development skill. As you all know, making money is not easy. So you have to be patient and try again and again and again at so many times. Then only you will get a paid project, and that will help you earn some money. Next, we talk about different resources that you can follow. If you want to learn HTML, CSS, the basics, you can follow Code with Harry or Harshit Vashish. Let me tell you how to find. You can just take the name and search it on YouTube. Search, go to the channel, go to the playlist, check the playlist HTML CSS tutorial in Hindi. Start from first video and watch till the end, or when all the topics complete. Do this exercise, which our solution is also given, so you can compare then and there, okay. Next, go for JavaScript. Akshay Seni is the most, it's a very famous YouTuber. He has started some Namaste JavaScript series, I think that's the name. So you can, yeah, 19 videos are there, so it's very easy to learn, okay. So that's the best in the business. You can learn from him, or you can also learn from Hitesh Chaudhary. He has also a JavaScript playlist. You can also directly add JavaScript so that you don't have to waste your time in opening the channel. So you can just see JavaScript course, 62 videos are there, okay.
Want to pass your certification exams first time?
So you
At
can
Exam
just
Labs,
go
we've got you
and
covered. Get all the answers
watch it.
verified by us.
All the videos from the first video to the last video, do all the practice, okay. So that's the best way to learn. Do watch how to handle an API in JavaScript, that's very important. For Node.js, Telesco, the Net Ninja, I've already told you about. For Angular, you can study from code evaluation or code step by step. React, Thapa Technical, the Net Ninja again. So you have to just go Google the channel name and find its playlist. Google search on YouTube. HTML, CSS, crash course, Flutter tutorials. Just open the Net Ninja playlist. What we were learning, React, okay. So just find the React playlist, full modern React trailer, okay. So watch video from first to last, 32 videos, all are relevant, okay. MongoDB, programming knowledge, Thapa Technical, Express.js, Ganguly Tech, Code Dem, AWS, Simply Learn. So these are the resources that you can follow. Apart from that, you can also follow some courses on Udemy, but these videos are sufficient enough. If you need some mentorship, some help, you can contact us and we will provide you some guidance or help error fixing in your projects. Next, we talk about some project ideas. I have divided into on the basis of 2 stages. For stage 1, I will cover all the front-end project. In stage 2, I will cover all the full stack projects. So first is a very simple analog clock. So every project has a link to the YouTube video. So lots of tutorials are there on YouTube. So I have just curated the best one in a structured manner that you can follow. It's Code with Harry project. You have to just make a simple clock using HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So it can be your first project. Then you can make a car animation. So here you have to show a Lamborghini car moving forward. Okay. Next is how to make a portfolio website. You will see a lots of tutorial on YouTube, whichever suits best you can follow it. Then make a gym website, a login form. It's a pretty advanced form so that you can apply in your other website as well. You can make a restaurant website, an action game, personal blog, company page, agency website. So you can just open that link and you will see the tutorial in that YouTube. So it's a 1 hour tutorial. Just follow step by step as they ask you to create an e-commerce website and a COVID tracker website. You will also find a lots of videos for e-commerce. So whichever you find helpful, you must learn from it. I will also make a separate video on 50 plus.
So you want to be a software engineer at Google?
Give you all the different options that you have for learning for a e-commerce website. Okay, so you can check that video as well. Okay, so these are the simple project, 10 project I have mentioned that you can make in front-end development. Make sure you made at least 5 to 6 out of them, not all possible. Okay, for stage 2, the beginner is the React website. You can make a simple React based website. Okay, it's
Yo, what is
1 hour 40 minutes video you can follow and a simple React website can be made. Then you can create a weather website, a blog, a travel log, news website, copy shop, company website. So a lot of things that you are going to do in one, creating a clone of famous application like WhatsApp clone, Instagram clone, Netflix clone, YouTube clone. Okay, so you will find lots of videos. There are around 11 projects here, so you can make any 5 or 6 out of them. Let's say Netflix clone.
Out our Zoom clone, guys. This is
Sorry, it's a wrong link. Okay, but you will also find the Netflix clone link. Let me get you the link. Netflix clone using Node. Okay, so you'll find the video. This is there, 3 hour 22 minutes video, or this one, Netflix clone React tutorial. Whichever you find useful, you can follow them. Okay, Netflix page like lending. Okay, so all those tutorials are available. Just follow each step and make it on your own and display your projects in a proper way. Make sure you demonstrate your ability to use advanced APIs like Message 91 Gateway, Google Maps, which I've told you earlier as well, that you need to know a lot of API integration. I hope I have covered everything that you need to know for full stack web development. Even if you have any doubt, you can ask us in the comment section. The secret of learning web development is that you do practice. Without practice, just watching videos on YouTube is of no help. So please don't waste your time. Please follow each stage, see all the topics that you have to study, make the projects, and then go to the next stage. In that stage, check the topics, watch the videos, make projects, and then go to the next stage. Make your profile and start getting selected in internships and jobs. Okay, so all the best.